All right, this is our lesson on multiplication and division of rational numbers. So we're going to be multiplying fractions and decimals. Now, the rules for multiplying fractions and decimals is the same as multiplying and dividing integers. So you are going to first multiply or divide. Whatever it is, you're going to multiply or divide the numbers. And then you're going to use your rules of same signs is a positive answer. Or opposite signs gives you a negative answer. Now, back when we were doing integers, we abbreviated this as SPAN. All right, so let's do some examples where we're actually multiplying or dividing our fractions and decimals. So, move this over. All right, so when you have two decimals and you're multiplying, you're going to set this up as 0.24 times 0.8. We're going to multiply like normal. So 8 times 4 is 32. Carry the 3. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 2 or plus 3 is 19. Now, there are 3 numbers after the decimal points. There's 2 here and 1 here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start our decimal point at the end. We're going to move it 3 times, representing the 3 numbers. So the answer to this would be 0.192. All right, that's multiplying. So now let's move on to dividing. We are going to divide 4.84, so that goes on the inside, and we're going to divide that by 4. Just your one rule about dividing is you can never have decimals on the outside. We don't here, so we don't have to do anything. We're just going to use our long division. So 4 goes into 4 once. When you subtract, you get 0, so bring down the 8. 4 goes into 8 twice. You get 0, bring down the 4. 4 goes into 4 once, and that should be it. Now just remember to bring your decimal point straight up. So our answer to this would be 1.121. All right, I told you that you cannot divide by a decimal, so let me show you an example where the decimal place would be on the outside. So 0.12. And that's divide 1.44 on the inside. So we're starting with the decimal place on the outside, which cannot happen. So we need to move that over so we get rid of this decimal point. Notice that I had to move it over 2 spots. So I'm going to do the same thing on the inside that I did on the outside. So really what I'm doing is 12 goes into 144 how many times? So we're going to do the math on that. 12 goes into 14 once. You subtract, you bring down the 4. 12 goes into 24 twice. So my answer to this is 12. All right, let's do some word problems with this. Part A says, in 1 year, Melinda's parents spent $2,640.90 on cable. They spent the same amount each month. So what's the resulting monthly charge? So she spent $2,640.90. There are 12 months in a year, so we're going to divide that by 12, representing the 12 months. Now, I'm going to do the long division. I'm going to tip the fraction over, so 2,640.90. The number on the outside is a whole number, not a decimal, so we're good. So 12 goes into 26 twice. That would give you 24. When you subtract, you get 2. Bring down the 4. 12 goes into 24 twice. Subtract, you get 0. Bring down the 0. 12 goes into 0 0 times. Bring down the 9. Now we're going to bring our decimal point straight up, but 12 does not go into 9, so that's a 0. Bring the 0 down. So how many times does 12 go into 90? I'm not sure, so I'm going to do my math over on the side of the paper. I'm going to guess 7, so that would be 1484. That's a pretty good guess. So 7 give us 84. When I subtract, I get 0. I'm sorry. When I subtract, I get 6. Bring down the 0. 12 goes into 65 times, which gives us 0. So the answer to this is $220 and 0.075. Now, this is money. So we want it in money form, which means I have to look at the 5. 5 tells us to go up. 5 or above, give it a shove. So that would be 0.08. Now, opposite signs means negative answer. That means she owes $220.08 every month. All right, part A or part B. A tissue box is 12.02 in width. What's the total of 13 boxes? So you want to take 13 of these boxes and line them up, which means we are essentially taking this number and multiplying it by 13. So 12.02 times 13. Now let's do this by hand. So we're going to line it up like normal. We're going to multiply. This would be 6. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 0 is 0. I'm sorry. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 2 is 2. And 1 times 1 is 1. Add it up. Now there are 2 numbers after the decimal place here, so I'm going to move my decimal place over twice. So your answer is 156.26 for 13 of the boxes. All right, I want you to try your homework tonight, and we will go over that in class tomorrow.